Here are the components for a trouser front. We have the components that we need for an integral pocket and to complete a fly front. This is the front of the trouser. This is the side seam, pocket mouth, waist, center front, inside leg. All of that is the rest of the trouser. We need two pieces of this. One is for the right side of the garment and the other for the left side of the garment. Here we have the facing. We need only one side of the facing, and that will be applied on the front side of the trouser. And then we have the guard. We need one piece. That can be folded in half and neatened, and that will be applied to the underside of the front, which in our case will be the left side. We're making our trouser right over left as for ladies. Then move on to the pockets. We have the pocket facing, the mouth of the pocket, the side seam and the waist. We then have the back of the pocket. We have the waist and the side seam again. These two pieces are made from lining to reduce the bulk. We will then go to the back of the pocket. The back of the pocket will be overlocked along that edge. Then it will be applied on top and then finally stitched across there. When the two pieces are stitched together like that, this will be seamed to make the pocket bag. Okay, so there you have all the components that you need. We can now pre-prepare some of the components by either overlocking or interlining or both. We will interline the waistband, the zip facing and the zip guard. You will overlock the left center front, the facing from below the zip and around the curved edge up to the top. Fold the zip guard in half, overlock the lower edge of the self fabric trouser back pocket. Finally, overlock the right front from below the zip notch to the inseam. When fusing, place the rough side or the sugar side of the interlining to the wrong side of the component. Use even pressure and steam. When preparing the waistband, fold the waistband in half. Then open and fold in the seam allowances required, in this case 1 centimeter. Refold to the center line. Now fold the remaining seam allowances over the pre-prepared seam allowance already done. Fold the remaining seam allowance over the pre-prepared side. The pre-prepared side will be seen on the outside of the garment. The second seam allowance being pressed will be on the inside of the garment. The seam allowance on the inside of the garment will now be slightly narrower than the first seam allowances folded.